Trade, maybe the biggest ever in terms of players, a deal that changes the face of both Toronto and Calgary. The Leafs and Flames moving 10 players in a deal both teams hope will revive struggling starts. So here's how the trade breaks down. The Leafs get forward Doug Gilmour and Kent Manderville, the first pick of the Flames in the second round back in 1989. Defenseman Rick Natress, Jamie Macoun, and goalie Rick Wamsley. In return, Calgary get forwards Gary Leeman, Craig Berube, defenseman Alexander Godynyuk and Michel Petit, and goaltender Jeff Reese. For the Flames, it's an attempt to shake a slumbering team. They get a talented young defenseman, Alexander Godynyuk. In Petit, they get an 11-year veteran joining his 5th NHL team. Gary Leeman is a former 50-goal scorer who is in his 2nd year of struggling. And Craig Berube gives them toughness. While Jeff Reese has only 1 win in his 8 appearances this season, however, his goals against average is under 3. Toronto get a proven goal scorer in Doug Gilmour. He has 38 points in 38 games, but he wasn't happy in Calgary. Rick Natress is a solid stay-at-home kind of defenseman. Jamie Macoun is also comfortable on the blue line, and he adds some muscle as well. Rick Wamsley gives the Leafs a proven backup for Grant Fuhr, while Kent Manderville has yet to play in the professional leagues, but he's been impressive with the Canadian national team. Now, a deal involving Gilmour and Leeman, as you probably know, has been talked about for a couple of months now. What probably forced the Flames to make the move was Gilmour leaving the team yesterday, upset with his contract of some $750,000 a season. As for the Leafs, this trade just continues a massive rebuilding started last year and continued this season by new president Cliff Fletcher. We have reaction for you now from both cities, and we'll start with Nancy Zynos in Toronto.
About a half hour after practice ended, the players involved received the news and had already started packing. Some were shocked, but it came as no surprise to 10-year Leaf veteran Gary Leeman.
I've never gone through it before, but I certainly wasn't shocked. I thought it would be the day I got traded, but I guess because they've been talking about it for so long that I was kind of prepared for it.
It's just a shock. I never knew. My name wasn't mentioned, and just, but I guess part of the game, If team's not winning, they got to make changes, and, if you got to go, you got to go.
Actually, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it, but it's happened. What can I do? It's part of the game.
We're a good bunch of guys, and I know we're believing on ourselves. We couldn't get out of this hole, and as a team, and that's too bad.
With any trade comes mixed emotions. There's always disappointment that you no longer fit into a team's plans. But on the other hand, there is renewed excitement towards a brand new beginning.
It's going to be tough leaving Toronto, and I've been here my whole career, so, but on the other hand, I'm pretty excited about going to Calgary.
I'm excited about it. They've got a great team there, and I think they have a contender, and that's what I'm most excited about.
Leeman has been a disappointment this year, scoring only 7 goals and 19 points to date. And although unhappy in Calgary, Doug Gilmour is still on pace for another 80-point season and should help a lowly Leaf squad, who with 103 goals so far have scored more often than only the San Jose Sharks. So who got the better of the deal?
If you use the Sam Pollock philosophy, which is the team that gets the best player got the best part of the deal, we're confident that we got the best of the deal.
Only time will tell, all trades are the same way. Obviously, both teams are happier they wouldn't make the trade, and the proof of the pudding is in the playing.
Gilmour, Macoun, and Wamsley are expected to be in uniform Friday night in Detroit. Rick Natress's bruised foot will keep him out of the lineup until next week, but Kent Manderville is with the Canadian Olympic team and will not be available until early March. For reaction from Calgary, here is Peter Watts.
Here in Calgary, players expressed surprise that the deal involved as many players as it did. But the fact that there was a deal surprised nobody.
We got some guys coming here now, Leeman and Petit in particular, who are awfully happy to be here, and maybe Dougie Gilmour will be happier going to Toronto.
The man who made the deal has spent the first half of the season evaluating his personnel, and he believes he's made a trade that will make this team younger and create a more positive atmosphere in the dressing room.
We're starting to move in a positive direction. The team is working harder, and so we basically need, I think, equal talent with a better approach, that guys that want to be here and will be excited about being here. And I think we've gotten that.
Doug Gilmour's contract hassle was the most obvious problem in the Flames room, but it wasn't the only one. Defenseman Rick Natress was playing out his option. Netminder Rick Wamsley wanted more work so that he could build his value and get another long-term deal. He wasn't getting much work in Calgary. Whether he'll get more playing behind Grant Fuhr in Toronto is another question.
I feel I can play, and I feel I would like another shot, another contract in the NHL, and I just wasn't sure with the way things were going here in Calgary I was going to get that from the Flames.
I think they've got me there to play me, and I'm looking forward to playing, and I'm looking forward to helping in any way I can to make the Leafs a better hockey team.
This deal cuts the payroll in Calgary, at least for the moment. It also gives the Flames two good wingers in Leeman and Berube, and makes it possible for Riseborough to put Theo Fleury in the middle if he chooses. And Riseborough believes that Godynyuk and Petit will strengthen his defense.
I thought our defense had to change its complexion a bit. We needed certainly more speed back there to get the puck out, to get to the puck quicker. We certainly needed a little more physical dimension, and in Petit you get that, and Godynyuk is a good young prospect who's got an upside, and from an organization who's really not deep in young defensemen, it's a great opportunity for us.
The Leafs got the best player in the deal, Doug Gilmour, but the Flames got an attitude adjustment with the arrival of some fresh young faces like Craig Berube and Alex Godynyuk. And for Doug Riseborough, the big thing about this deal is that some of the veteran players have been moved out, and some of the youngsters, like Joe Nieuwendyk and Gary Roberts and Theo Fleury, have been given a chance to take over the dressing room and make the Flames their team. And for Riseborough, that might be the most important feature. Peter Watts, TSN, in Calgary.
That I was respected here. I think every player wants to be needed and wants to be respected for what they can do on the ice, and I just don't think that was true. Now I'm going with a man like Cliff Fletcher again, and he brought me here to start with, and he's taken me on to Toronto now, so I owe him.